to another episode of Wealth in Christ podcast, a show where we inspire the masses to become financially free while building God's kingdom. On the podcast today, we have Mr. Tolu Owoyemi. Mr. Tolu Owoyemi is the CEO of Mastermind Your Life. And in this podcast, we'll be discussing how to market your business and strategies to use to efficiently market your business. So thank you for being here, Mr. Tolu Owoyemi.
Thank you for having me, Dami. I'm excited to be here today.
That's good. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. Air in my lungs. It's a Tuesday in America. We're on a podcast right now that is potentially can go out to millions of people. So I'm excited, man.
That's good. That's good. That's really great. Thank God for life. So who is Mr. Tolu Owoyemi?
Yeah, that's a great question. Tolu Owoyemi. Tolu is ambitious, inspirational, motivational, hard-headed, went through a lot of different lessons early on in life. Tolu is somebody that loves people, loves success, loves God. Tolu is somebody that is learning a lot. I think Tolu overall is somebody that wants to be great and wants others to be great too as well.
No, that's definitely well said. And I want to ask, what inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
Man, that's a great question. What inspired me to be an entrepreneur is the ability to control one's own future, and to build according to the vision, the parameters of one's vision.
That's well said.
Yeah.
And why digital marketing? Why marketing?
I think I listened to a audiobook by Ty Lopez called 67 Steps. And he just made it seem so easy and fun. He was like, yeah, you just go out to a business around you and say, hey, we can handle your social media marketing for you. And I took my suit, started knocking on people's doors, businesses' doors around me, and I had this little black portfolio binder, and I would do a little bit of research on the business first, and then I would print out some papers, and then I would go to different businesses and be like, we can do XYZ for you. And a lot of people said no, but then we had a couple of people that said yes. And yeah.
That's
and
great.
I think the why I like it is because you can get people results, and people get excited when they get results.
That's very true. And I want to add, you mentioned as you started your journey in digital marketing, some people said no, while some people say yes. I want to focus on the no first. How did you continue to go? Like, what was your mindset like, getting no's after no's? Like, what kept you pushing that you eventually get that yes? Because oftentimes in entrepreneurship, when people start new ventures, once they get that first no, second no, it's like, okay, this is not for me. I'm going to quit. So what led you to continue going?
Yeah, I think what led me to continue going was other people were getting clients through it. And I was watching like YouTube videos of like these young entrepreneurs like me that, in fact, there were videos of guys that would attach a little like mini hidden camera. And what I was doing, they were doing it too. And they were getting a lot of no's, but they were getting a few yeses here and there. So I was like, okay, like this is to be expected. And even if somebody tells me no, I'm not somebody that gives up so like easily, like right away. I knew, because sometimes when you have these conversations with people, like some people off the bat would just be like, no, get out of here. But then some other people would be like, hey, so what do you do? And okay, let me call the manager and we can have a sit down, and okay, and they would look over the paperwork. So I saw that there was levels of intimacy that could lead to a sale, or like levels of like relationship development. So like the better the relationship developed, the more likely the person would say yes.
Wow, that I think that's very important. That the more intimate and the more deep the conversation you have with the person, the Can you explain that more into detail, like why and how you figured that thing? Because I'm like, wow, that actually makes sense.
Yeah, I just noticed like because around me was a lot of different businesses, white owned businesses, black owned businesses, businesses by people of foreign entities and things of that nature. And I saw that with some businesses, it was just like, no, like we're not interested, get out of here. But then I saw with other businesses, they would be like, hey, let me go call the manager, and the manager would come out, they would have a sit down, hey, this is who I am and this is what we do. So like the longer that conversation went, the more energy and attention they were paying towards me, the more likely it was that it was going to convert into an actual sale.
That's well said. That's well said. So as you growing your business, actually, I want to ask this question first. So why is it important for a company or a business to spend a lot of time in regards to marketing and building brand awareness? Why is it important?
Marketing is everything. Like marketing is everything. And we as human beings don't realize like how deep marketing runs. Just look around your room or look around your office, like the microphone you're wearing, you know, is it a Rode mic? The laptop you're using, is it a MacBook? Like the jeans you're wearing, the shoes, like why did you purchase those things? More than likely you purchased them because there was a billboard. You saw somebody wearing it. You saw an advertisement. You saw it in a magazine. So all those things, or you saw it in a YouTube video or YouTube ad, all those things came together to influence you to say, you know what, let me go ahead and purchase this MacBook or purchase the Rode mic. So marketing for business is basically how that business exists, grows, develops. Um, Without marketing, then attention is cut off. So basically, the only people who know about the business are the people who built the business. But with marketing, and when you look at the word market, right? Uh, in Niger, market is like everybody selling something. Hey, I got this thing. Oh, I got this thing. I got this thing. Oh, come on. They're trying to get your attention. They're like, hey, 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 come on, look at these goods. Come on. Look. So a market historically is a place whereby there's a lot of sellers. They come under a canopy, they come under like a district, and people, so citizens would walk by, and the seller, hey, 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 we got this thing for you. Sometimes the citizen is walking by because they actually need to go purchase something. So marketing has always been around, like since human beings have been there. So it's just about letting the world know that you exist, and letting specifically the type of people that you want to purchase from you know that you exist. Hey, hey, we're here. We got this for y'all. What do y'all want? We got XYZ, XYZ. So it's letting the people know that we exist and we have products and services and goods for you to purchase.
So that's well said. So what would you say is the first step for any business or company to have in regards to marketing or to take when it comes to marketing?
Start reaching out to people. Start reach People have money. So the reach out to people and say, I have this for sale, and ask that person for money. Is this like, I have this book, I have this iPad, I have this pencil, I have this cloth, I have this design, I have this idea. It's going to cost 27,700, 2.7 million dollars. I want you to buy it. The response that person gives you is how you build a better business, and it's how you acknowledge and know the value. If they say, nah, get this out of here, they didn't find it valuable. Go talk to other people. If everybody's saying no, they don't see it valuable, you need to go work on that product. You need to go work on that idea. You need to but when they say no, how come? What about this can be improved? How do we make this better? What exactly are you looking for? So you take that feedback and then you use it to develop that product or idea. And then by the time you've reached maybe the seventh person, the fifth person, they start saying, oh, okay, can you tell me more about that thing right there? And what does that? So because they see the value in it. So I would say first thing, go start reaching out to people. Even if you're scared, even if you just have the idea, start reaching out to people because people have the money. You can write all this stuff on a notepad and it's going to look like this and who's going to buy it. So reach out to people and ask them for money. Even if you're
Yes.
scared, like, oh my God, I'm trying, ask them for money. Just you got to get the most successful businesses have developed the best ways of getting money from people for the value that they provide.
No, you're 100% right on that. And, as you're talking, and like the one thing that keeps coming to mind is that most people are scared to sell. Most people don't have, I guess, the skill. Like right now, like the question that keeps coming to mind is marketing a skill a person needs to have, or is it a skill that one build over time?
It's a skill that you build over time. Um, Marketing is like oxygen for your business, but it's a little bit tricky. So you can market and you get somebody saying, "Oh, I'm interested in that." You need to close that person and collect money from the person and deliver value and a service to that person. So marketing is getting people's attention to say, "Oh, okay, tell me more about that." The best marketers make people say, "Here's my money. I want it now. I want it. I want it right now." Like Apple. Apple will have like a line of people outside of their doors sleeping in tents. Like be, that person gonna give you the money. You don't have to like, but they built their product and their marketing in such a way. But for those that are new, you have to market and then talk to those people and close them.
No,
So
you're
that's a
right.
part of marketing is you have to close people. It doesn't matter what business you're in.
No, you're 100% right on that. And I know that you're very niched into webinars, as your way of marketing. So I want to quickly talk about that real quick. Why webinars? Why do you use that as a tool to market to people?
Yeah, that's a great question. Webinars solve a lot of key components. First, you build your own marketplace, right? So when we were talking about earlier, whereby there's a whole bunch of people in the market and all the sellers are trying to get their products and goods to the citizens coming in. With a webinar, you basically say to yourself, "Hey, y'all, I have an education center whereby I'm going to be teaching you all on this Sunday about how to earn stocks and how to multiply your income with stocks." When people register for it, like they put their name, their email address, and phone number in it, that means they're coming to you. So let's say you have 100 people who registered, right? So now that Sunday, when you log into your portal, you might have like 50 people, 70, 30, X amount of people there. So you're then able to give all of them at once a presentation on your offer and your product. And then towards the end of the webinar, you can give them a pitch. Maybe, "Hey, those who are interested, get on a quick call with me. Here's my booking link for my calendar." Or if you're selling something that maybe isn't way, way, way too expensive, and it depends on your brand, then you can directly on that webinar say, "Here's my offer. Go purchase it right now." So it allows you to brand yourself amongst a group of people. It allows you to sell one to many. It allows you to build that connection with people. They may not purchase that first webinar. They may purchase in a different webinar. You begin to build your database. So now you have emails, phone numbers, people's information that you can just send, things to like cultivate and build a stronger relationship with them. So webinars are great for that reason, that ability to scale.
Okay. So my question is, 'cause you mentioned that in order to even start a webinar, you need people's information. And the first thing you need to figure out is how to reach these people, even for them to get on your landing page. So how do you even get those audience or those clients to even sign up for the webinar? If you can walk us through those like different steps quickly.
Yeah. So you need an opt-in page. Like between me and you, how many ads have we seen in the last month, right? That wanted to
A
collect
lot.
your name, your email address, and phone number. So you need that opt-in page whereby, hey, this is what you're going to learn in the webinar. You make the landing page look really good. Um, Now, with that, the places you could put that, if you have your own social media presence, you can create content and say, hey, everybody, I'm doing a webinar this Sunday, how to multiply your income from using stocks or how to start your Airbnb business, XYZ two-row car rental business. But you would push traffic to that landing page. So maybe you go live and you talk to people on your live, like, hey, it's happening this Sunday. You put the link in your bio, you send an email to your email list saying, hey, go, so you want to reach out everywhere that you have people. Maybe you even want to go collaborate with other people that have lists and have attention and have audiences and say, hey, look, can we partner up? I'll give you a certain percentage of the money that I make from the webinar. They say, okay, all right. Now, the other way to do it is ads. So advertisements. So when you want like that bullet, you want the nitros, you want speed, you can create your ad. Then when people click on the ad, it goes directly to the landing page for them to put their information in.
So my question now is, what makes a great, marketing strategy, including the webinar? Like, whether you're pushing traffic from your own social media page or you're running ads to you getting the people on the landing page, they fill out the information to them wanting to buy. Like, what makes that whole process so great? Because sometimes, like for me personally, just to share, I do join a webinar. You said I see a bunch of ads. Like, sure, listen to it, but as like I guess the way the person presents it or however it doesn't need me to want to buy it. Want to buy the product at the end of the webinar. So you can go more into details on that, like what makes it so special that you push that a lot, the webinars.
Your offer. So your offer is what you're ultimately selling. And the offer really dictates a lot of things when it comes to marketing. Like, oh, him 500 recession proof, Nehemiah Davis, circle of CEOs, inner circle. So ultimately, the most important thing is your offer. What are you offering to people, right? Like that offer, how much does your niche or your audience desire it? How do you make your offer more desirable? How do you make it more irresistible? How do you create an offer that satisfies all of their needs? Right? So when you can really brainstorm and create that incredible offer, it makes your whole marketing strategy easy. It makes all the different uh, uh, points or elements or landing page. It makes it easier because if people are sitting in a webinar or a challenge or a presentation or anything like that, if the offer is making them salivate, they're going to purchase because it's solving their pain points. It's think about human beings. Human beings have the ability to think and create. So somebody can think about a group of people and say, I see that these people have this pain point. Like it seems like a lot of them need help with this. Okay, let me sit down and think to myself something I can create that's going to help them solve it. Then the person maybe creates something small and starts going to them and saying, hey, would you buy this for $85 for $9,800? So the offer is like the key component.
And what makes a great offer? Is there certain things behind it? What makes a good offer?
The value. There's a couple of different things. There's a great book by Alex Hormozy called The $100 Million Offer. I recommend anybody that's listening to go tap into that, including you, Danny, as well. But a couple of things that make an offer like really, really great is one, the value that it gives. So when people look at your value, they're like, man, I'm paying $500 for this, but I'm about to make $50,000 with this. So immediately people are like, here's my money. It's a no brainer. The second is the speed at which they can get the results.
Mm.
So which one do you want? And this is from the book. Which one do you want more, right, Dan? If you were like overweight and you wanted to lose weight quickly, right? And I said, hey, Dan, you need to go to the gym 5 days a week, wake up early, change your diets. Or on this other side, you can do liposuction that will instantly shred all that fat. You go in once, we do it. We have a set, we've done this with hundreds of thousands of people. Afterwards, you're going to be good. We're going to send you off. You're going to look like a brand new smoking hot person. Which one would you choose?
The lipo. You choose a lipo.
Yeah, and that's why you're seeing these women now doing BBLs and Brazilian butt injection and all kinds of stuff because people want to go for the thing that is going to give them the results the quickest. And you see, so part of what makes an offer great is how quick can I get that result? So um another good part about an offer is like if you have a guarantee, if you say that doesn't really make an offer great. A guarantee doesn't. It just makes people feel safe, a little bit safer with spending money with you. But what really makes an offer great is the value that people receive. It's the solving of their pain points. How quickly those pain points are solved. So I would say those are some of the key indicators of what makes a great offer.
That's well said. And I want to ask, how has, you using this strategy help like your business personally, using webinars? How has it helped your business personally?
Yeah, a great example, actually two, a couple, but one really great example was did a webinar. Had like maybe two people sign up, but somebody on that webinar was like, "Oh, I know somebody that needs this." He reached out, connected us. The guy paid $10,000 for the services right there and then.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, wow, wow. That's impressive. That's really impressive. That's really dope. That's really dope. I want to talk, as you know, as an entrepreneurship, it does go ups and down.
oh
And
yeah,
I'm sure in your business, you do have some ups and downs. How has your faith in God like help you through this journey? Dealing with clients and their requests. How does your faith in God continue to pursue? Continue to have you continue to go and not lose focus of why you started this brand, started this company.
man, that's an awesome question. Right now we're going through some rough times, and when I say rough times, evolving, getting new clients, refining the company, new processes, onboarding new staff, and things of that nature. Um, Making sure we have enough funds for everything, going really hard on sales and this. So, for me, with what I've seen with God, if I didn't have God, I would be a basket case. I would have probably like I would be dead, to be honest, or like maybe like working some 9 to 5, like sad and miserable with my life, or. But to me, the relationship with God and the faith is the most important thing for all of eternity. It's like for anybody to have ever existed, and myself, my future, like, and it's only like as of recent that I'm starting to when they say with age comes wisdom, and I'm starting to understand more and more why it's critical for a human being to have an extremely strong relationship with God, because we live in a world that anything can happen, and I also think people don't see what's happening in the world. There's a lot of like craziness, people sleeping with stepdaughters and people killing people and just young kids just taking guns, going and just shooting it up. And, it's kind of like, wait a minute, the world should be getting better and better because we have all this new technology. There's medical development and all, but it's kind of like, man, there's countries out here killing countries. So what that tells me is that yes, we can progress, scientific development and all kinds of, new technologies. However, it feels like the spiritual development has been purposely held back across the world because I think there's forces, we live in a fallen world, and I think that humanity needs to get in alignment with God, uh, as things need to be morally checked, spiritually checked, and spiritually in alignment with Him. So my faith, to me, faith is my ultimate weapon, is my ultimate foundation, is my ultimate support. It's everything. Like that's what gives me the energy to like get up and like deliver client results. And I have a team that depends on me. People's livelihoods depend on me, and I'm new to this too as well. So faith is like, and I think that's why they said God is I am who I am. So He's Jehovah, He's Shekinah. He's who you need in different situations. And to me, faith comes as this: God, I need your help in this kind of way, in this kind of situation. And I know I can rely on God because I have a relationship with Him. So to me, faith in God is everything.
Wow. You're 100%. You're 100% right on that. God is everything, and I like the fact that you mentioned how He is who we want Him to be in our life. He's not one to just run it. It's whoever you want Him to be. That's who He will be in your life. And that leads me to ask, going back to like marketing and just webinars. Where do you see the future of this industry of people using webinars to grow their business and scale their business on going on forward?
It's definitely more it's more advanced. Like what used to do, marketing in general is becoming more advanced in terms of like some of these ads and like different marketing campaigns. But for the future of webinars, it's definitely more intricate. Long gone are those days whereby you could just throw up something and then you just have a room flooded with people. Nowadays you have to make sure your pixels firing correctly, make sure that you have retargeting ads, make sure that maybe you'll have an ad that lets people know on the day of the webinar, like, hey, make sure you show up. You have to have your automated SMS messages that go out to people afterwards, your email sequences that go out. The systems have to be more refined and more developed for a smarter and skeptical world that we live in. People are more smart. They know a marketing campaign when they see it. They know a funnel when they see it. They know when they're, so you have to be more precise, polished with your systems. And I think you also have to make sure that whatever it is that you're offering to those masses, that it's a really great product.
You're 100% right. You mentioned a lot of things in this podcast. Great marketing in terms of making sure you can provide value to people. Um, Two, having a great offer. Um, Three, just putting the whole system together, like putting a whole system together. And I just have this last question in regards to marketing and webinars. What would you say is the biggest mistake people make, when it comes, with all those three different things, putting a whole thing together, like, or just starting out?
I would say having a bad offer, having an offer that nobody wants, because imagine you spend thousands of dollars, funnel ads, all kinds of systems, and then you get there and everybody's like, oh, get this out of my face. This is some garbage. Like, then you're gonna be really. That's why I said immediately you have that idea, or you let's go start reaching out to people. Hey, buy this, because you need that feedback so that you can go ahead and improve in terms of what people will actually say yes to.
That's good. And with webinars, you can use different social media platforms to increase the traffic. So that could be like a YouTube or any. So it's not any one specific or in Pacific way?
Yeah. If you're just starting off, I definitely recommend, try to exhaust all your internal options like your email list, your SMS list, your social media. Then when you want to start doing ads, definitely start doing like Facebook IG ads. Those are like easier to run. Yeah.
Okay. And if you could just tell people about your program, and for those who may be interested in running the webinars for their business, you tell them more about your program.
Yes, so webinars. So we have a step-by-step process. Literally, when people come in, what we're doing is identifying a client avatar. We are supercharging your offer. I don't let anybody go on a webinar without me feeling like extremely confident in what it is they're presenting. So we go through a process of refinement. Let's refine this offer. Who are we targeting? We also need to craft a PowerPoint, a presentation that's really going to get people excited, that's really going to get people saying, whoa, like this is amazing. So anybody that wants to go ahead and get started with their webinars, with their ads, reach out to me on Instagram, Tolu, TOLU OWOYEMI. Um, and that's really one of the best ways to reach out to me. I sometimes with those DMs they get stuck in like the what do you call it, like the filter. It like
Yeah.
hides it, I guess, because um the Instagram itself has this like really strict this thing. But if you go to my IG and it still is giving you a hard time with sending the message, just click the link in the bio. And that will help you in terms of, I literally have a booking link there. Um, so anybody else that has any questions, and just to kind of give your audience like a special treat, I want them to text everybody listening, text book BOOK to 443-775-3580. You're going to get a copy of our audiobook, Making Big Money with Webinars. And you get also a copy of our ebook with some other trainings, some video trainings included with that as well. So again, text book BOOK to 443-775-3580.
Thank you very much for that. And I hope those who are listening, you definitely guys do tap in with Mr. Tolu Owoyemi. What is the future like? The next 5 to 10 years look like for you?
Man, I am an extremely huge thinker, man. I think extremely, like I constantly have talks with God, and I'm saying, God, how do we change the course of history? How do we impact history? What does that look like? And every day I spend 10 minutes visualizing what that looks like, the details, how many people have been impacted, what is going to be said at the funeral. But in the next 5 to 10 years, I want to start helping people develop systems that can be passed down to the next of kin. So, for example, Dami, let's say you have a family and all of a sudden you were to pass away. There would be a system, a mastermind system that could be passed down to your sons, but not only to your sons, but to your sons, like to your daughters. Within that system would be funds, would be life insurance, would be um, teachings on how to best navigate this life. It will be tutors who are all kingdom trained to instruct and teach them how to think as giants and titans and not as peasants and beggars. It would, within that system, would also be entrepreneurial type activities to help them get up and running. So basically that system is to be passed down to each generation, and the system is supposed to get better and better, and it's supposed to help each generation to dominate the world and grow closer to God. So that's where the vision that God has put on my heart is to help develop those things.
Well, say I'm definitely looking forward to that. For those who are listening, I want to say thank you again, Mr. Tolu Owoyemi, for your time. For those who listen, I hope you guys don't see as another podcast guest talking about marketing, talking about business, entrepreneurship. But I hope this inspires you. I hope this shows you that there's hope to do things. I hope this shows you that it's possible to build wealth without compromising your faith. And if you're looking for a group of Christians who are working on building their faith and working their financial freedom, you don't look further and join the Pray and Invest group on Facebook. And as well, if you guys don't know, I have a free study guide which show you how you can get started in the stock market completely for free. And you can get it on my website, wealthinchristbrand.com. And stay tuned for next week's episode. And thank you again, Mr. Tolu Owoyemi.
Nah, this has been a blast, Diamond. I appreciate it. And of course, huge success to all of your endeavors. Excited for your listeners, and God bless them too as well. And it's amazing. I know God is extremely happy because there's a podcast and he's also paying God in it too as well. So there's no way, huge rewards won't be coming your way.
Thank you for that. Thank you very much. Thank you.